interrupt your regularly scheduled TerreDice content for a breaking news announcement.
That's right, Jonathan. Straight from Ravensburger, we have a brand new Disney Villainous expansion, Bigger and Badder. Let's check it out. Alright guys, that is correct. There is a brand new Disney Villainous expansion. It is happening, but this one's a little different.
Yes, this is the first expansion to include Pixar characters from the Pixar universe.
That's right, Pixar is in it. A lot of people, when we were discussing what we thought the new villains were going to be, a lot of people were suspecting Pixar, and it is in fact going to be those Pixar characters.
Yeah,
so
and this was a big surprise for us.
Yeah.
When we did our initial video where we were trying to guess who would be the next Disney villains, we did not include any Pixar characters because the Disney universe is so rich. We thought they had so much more content to go on in like classic Disney. We had no idea that they would kind of tap into this so soon.
But before we get into it, let's meet our lineup of these bad villains. First up, we have Syndrome from The Incredibles.
And next up, we have Lotso from Toy Story 3.
And last but certainly not least, we have a throwback, and that is Madam Mim from The Sword and the Stone.
Yeah, so this last one is not Pixar. So we had two Pixars, but we also have a classic Disney. I thought for sure if they were gonna go Pixar that we would get a full 3 Pixar in one, but we didn't. We got something very interesting, and we also know how these characters work.
Okay, so let's dive into this a little. So let's start with the guy on the box cover. We have Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I think when they said that he was in it, I was like, he better be the box cover. And then he is. He has that
Iconic.
awesome hair. So excited about that. But
yeah, they did like a cool dual layer thing. I like the way they show his mask like a different color.
I do like that. That looks good. And then they also have his glove showing. You can see that that's the dark outline, and that's what he uses to control his technology. So I thought that was really cool.
Okay, so we did get some more details from the publisher, and that is that Syndrome will be facing against Frozone and the Parr family and using his minions and advanced technology to come out ahead. Now, Syndrome is going to upgrade his Omnidroid to the point where he can defeat it. So that follows the plot in the movie where he's got to set the stage for himself so he can win.
I'm curious, like his bad guys, like they said that they're going to be, like his allies are going to be like his little crime fighters with them. I'm sure Mirage is going to be in as well. And that's like his like secretary. Yeah. What I was thinking when I heard it was going to be Syndrome is I really hope to see, like they just saved the Parr family and Frozen, but I really hope to see a diverse array of heroes that he has to defeat. So there's that scene.
Like the one in the cave?
Well, yeah, there's that. So I hope that, I forget his name, but I think there's Gazer Beam. I think that's it. There's that scene where Mr. Incredible sees all of the heroes that Syndrome has defeated. So I hope that those characters come into play, and so we kind of like go back into Syndrome's past and defeat those characters as well. I think that'd be really cool to see, different types of supers.
Yeah. I think Syndrome was a great choice. I'm really glad that they took one of the kind of more classic older Pixar villains there and didn't do like the Screenslaver or one of the more recent ones. Though that would have been really cool. I think it was really fun to have Syndrome in here. I think he's very iconic.
And I think there's so many quotes. Bigger and Badder, I believe, is from his movie too. So I think that there's a lot of quotes they're going to be able to pull from here.
Yeah. Also his miniature looks really cool. Yeah. So they did like his whole iconic hair, but then he's also got a cape, which I think the cape looks pretty cool. It looks like he's floating on the cape from the picture.
But let's go ahead and go into our second guy. And from the Pixar universe, we have Lotso from Toy Story 3. Now, what they say on Lotso is they said, Lotso seeks to control Sunnyside Daycare by reducing the 4 heroes' strength, utilizing, and they say this is a brand new mechanic to Disney Villainous, and moving those heroes to the toddler's caterpillar room. So that is to finally be defeated in the caterpillar room.
Yeah. So it sounds like they don't need to immediately get defeated. They need to get etched down where you got to wear them down so that you're like, oh, that's all right. You can go over to the caterpillar room.
Well, I think I think this new mechanic they're talking about, I don't know exactly what they mean, but what I think is you might gonna have to balance between getting their self-esteem low enough without actually defeating them. So you might trying to be not actually kill them off, just get them low enough. Yeah. Which that's never been the case before. You're just trying to like put as much power against them as you can, even if it was like way more than you needed.
Yeah.
Because you still want them to trust Lotso.
Yeah. His miniature is also very cool. It's like very teddy bear. It looks awesome. I hope that it smells like strawberries. I know it probably won't, but that would be amazing.
Well, I was thinking it'd be really cool if like a Target exclusive card was like a scratch and sniff. Like that would be,
Yeah.
or maybe on the box, like you could scratch and sniff and smell the strawberries. If you don't know, that's like Lotso's thing in Toy Story 3 is that he's a bad guy and but he smells like strawberries.
Yeah. There's even like a stuffed animal toy that smells like a strawberry.
Yeah.
So cool.
His miniature is interesting because they usually try and go very like abstract, and he's pretty much like bare. Like it's his face. So.
I feel like that's probably because he's a toy. Like that's all there kind of is to him. There's not a whole lot of detail.
That's
I think
true.
It makes sense.
But when I first heard they were doing Lotso, I was kind of surprised because I'm surprised they didn't go with. Not that the Toy Story franchise, I definitely think they should dive into that, but I'm really surprised they didn't do Sid or Stinky Pete first. Like, I don't know why we're jumping straight to 3. I think that's really interesting. I know a lot of people in the last video we put out really thought Sid would be a great character to see. I mean, he's so dark, but he would have been fun to see. So why do you think they jumped to 3 instead of doing Stinky Pete and Sid? Or Zurg even?
Yeah. I think if you look at all the villains as a whole in this, I don't think the other ones have quite the emotional complexity that Lotso does. I feel like it kind of rounds out because we'll talk about the third one in a second, but they all have very different motives. Also, they all fit a theme that so I think they all fit this one theme, and I'm going to explain that in a second.
All right, so last we have our wild card, and I was very surprised when I saw this after I read the other two, and we have Madame Mim from The Sword in the Stone. Madame Mim will need to win a wizarding duel against Merlin using Mim's transformation to defeat Merlin's. So, if you've seen Sword in the Stone, I actually hadn't. I was watching it actually before we filmed this video. It's one of the only ones I hadn't seen. In the movie, Merlin and her are trying to figure out who's the best wizard, and so they go into this duel. And that's basically what the plot is for her character. Now, I was surprised to see Madame Mim in this expansion for several reasons. For one, I think the most obvious, she's not Pixar. And it's like, what? Like, why isn't it Pixar? I thought we were going the Pixar route, but we have a couple of reasons why we think that is. And the other reason is I'm really excited to see the throwback of an older character, but she's not in the movie very much. I watched it, and she's really kind of like a character randomly in it halfway through. She doesn't really have that much to do with the plot. Like, she's not in that many, doesn't have that much screen time.
So I think that Madame Mim, and also we got to give some credit to the folks who watch on our channel, because I saw dozens of people have said Madame Mim
a lot of
over
people
the past couple
did
months.
say Madame Mim.
So several people got this one right, and I think that's one that it seems like a lot of people think would be a villain in Disney Villainous. I think that the other thing too, all 3 of these have this one theme that I found, and I thought about all the other villains, and they didn't quite match this theme. But they're all kind of a slightly lesser power who is jealous of the hero. So it's their main motivation is that they want to be better than the hero, that they want to be the one who gets all the glory. And so Madame Mim wants to show that she's the greatest wizard, and Lotso wants to be the toy that's the best loved, and Syndrome wants to be the ultimate hero who saves the day and is loved. So they all kind of have that. And if you think about like Maleficent or these other people, they're just kind of evil, and they just kind of, think about Shan Yu or Clayton or
they
Claude
just have
Frollo.
different motivations.
It's very different motivation.
But
jealousy is not the one. Yeah. So I feel like the theme that these 3 have is like, I'm bigger and I'm badder, and it's like a jealousy thing.
Yeah. But I think that's why they chose Madame Mim. Or maybe we're thinking too deeply about it. But that's what we'd like to think. The other reason I think that they decided to go with a classic animation character instead of Pixar is I think they're trying to say this Pixar is not going to be its own universe. It is going to be in the same universe as all the other Disney villains. We're not making like a separate franchise like Marvel, which is a standalone. You can't play Marvel and the Disney Villainous together. But I think they're saying Pixar, they're the same. They're not separate. They're living in the same world.
Yeah, I totally agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a great theory.
And as far as Madame Mim, I think all of her cards, it's like I think her allies are just going to be like versions of herself, like turning into different animals to defeat Merlin. So that will be interesting to see. And her character is really cute. It's like this nice purpley lavender color, and it kind of has like her hair and her like poofy dress in it too.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, so now that Pixar is on the table, what is your guess? What would be a great Pixar villain to include next?
Okay, I would love to see Mr. Waternoose from Monsters, Inc.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see him in it because I think his mini would be so cool. I think it'd be like all like the spider legs. Like I just think, and I think he could be like a little risen off the table with a spider.
That would be cool.
I think that would be really fun. So I'd love to see him. I think he's also a complex bad guy who's always, he's trying to do the right thing and save the city, but going about it the wrong way.
Is he trying to get the most scream energy, like get to a certain scream energy?
I would bet like you have to film canisters and like you have to get a certain amount of canisters filled to be able to save the company.
Yeah, and then they can remove canisters and replace them with laughter, flip them over or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, I'm wearing it. Ernest De La Cruz would be amazing. It'd be so much fun. He would help you. His whole goal would be to seize your moment. And Miguel's family would be trying to like steal those fans away from him or something like that. But I think it'd be really cool to have both the live and the undead world, and maybe there's like an undead Miguel card and the live Miguel card that can be played to different places.
What I would like to see is that the heroes defeat him by dropping a bell on him. I think that's how you would lose. Like if you get that would be fun.
That would be fun.
But so with Pixar in it, there was debate whether they were going to make another expansion or not. I think it's going to be endless. Now that the Pixar door is open, I think we're ready for a lot more expansions. I think they're saying we're not stopping anytime soon. So better make some space on your shelves because there are more Villainous expansions to come. Yeah. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts and discuss it down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. And we'd love to have you a part of this TerreDice community. We will be back to our regular scheduled programming this Friday with a review of PAX Unplugged, the board gaming convention we were at this past weekend. All right, guys, thanks for watching.
Happy playing.